Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well. So today I'm going to take a break from working on the GoldiBox. I've been pretty busy. Been working on the electric dredge. I've got a traditional dredge header. Comes out just like that. And that fits the high banker that you guys have seen me post videos of. And that just pops back into place. Then you've got a dredge, 2-inch. Inline classifier for my fluid sluice. But I think what I'm going to do, since it's so cold out today and I can't go prospecting, is share with you guys my best finds from 2020. So I found quite a bit of good gold, and yeah, it's worth sharing. So I got my nuggets, got my scale. Let's get to it. Okay, here's number 10. This was a piece that wasn't big. It's a chunky nugget, but the shape was interesting. Looks like a boomerang. This is what it looks like up close. It's beautiful. This is what it weighs. 0.318 grams. There's also a really cool and interesting piece. Nothing major, but it's thick and chunky, and I was happy when I found it. Let's see what that weighs. .426 grams. Now we're going to start getting a little larger. This is a nice, thick, chunky nugget. I remember I found this crevicing. Wasn't using a GoldiBox. Just my hands. Hard labor. Let's see what that weighs. 0.524 grams. Okay, moving on up. This is number 6, and this was a funny piece. I call this the oh shit piece. It's a nice size. It's definitely in between a picker and a nugget. And the reason why I call it the oh shit piece is I was at the very end of the day on the last scoop of dry material that I cleaned out a crack. It wasn't stratified. There was no reason for this to really be at the bottom of the bucket, but it was my last scoop that I was feeding into the GoldiBox, my high banker. And it was heavy, and it just stopped right on the top deck. And I was with my friend Ed, and I looked down and I just said, oh shit, and he saw it from like 10 feet away. So it was a great way to end the day. And so yeah, this is the oh shit piece. Let's see what it weighs. That one's 0.622. Moving on up. Okay, this next piece might be out of order. It's just a nice, interesting nugget. The shape is really cool. It's just hard. I'm trying to hold this to the camera and not lose it in the tweezers at the same time. Okay, let's see what this weighs. This was also from the same day of crevicing. Okay, it's a little smaller than the oh shit piece, so I should probably switch the order, but anyway, you guys get the idea. It's 0.501 grams. Nice. Anytime you find a half a gram chunker, you're a happy camper. Okay, next up is this nice little chunker. I found this down at Butte Creek this summer, and I was running my GoldiBox, my fluid sluice box, and I had cleaned out a whole bunch of material from underneath a rock. I remember I wedged out a big piece of bedrock. It's just above the water line, And I was raking and raking, and I saw this down there. It was stuck. It took me like 3 minutes to wedge out. And so it was a little bit of a battle, but I won. Let's see what it was. Okay, that one's 0.442. Okay, so we seem to be trending downward, but I guarantee you we're not going to end that way. We've got some good stuff coming. But anyway, that's a nice little piece at 0.441. We're going to add that to the rest. Okay, next up is a really neat piece. When I first saw it in my pan during my clean out, I thought that it was only about a fifth of what it actually turned out to be. Check this out. See that little knob? If I turn it this way, that round knob that looks like half a BB, that's all that was sticking out of the pan. And I thought that's all it was. So when I lifted it up, all of a sudden the black sand in the pan all around it lifted up. I'm like, holy cow. So yeah, it was really surprising. It was one of those that just kind of revealed itself as I pulled it out. So let's see what it weighs. That's 0.536. All right, that's a nice piece. Put it with the rest. Okay, I'm back. Had to take a little intermission, and I'm back with number 8. This piece I found testing the GoldiBox electric dredge. I was with Hugo. Took him to one of our favorite spots. It's this big hole. It's not really connected to any waterway. It's almost like a big bedrock basin. So we went and we tested this out. It's my 2-inch electric dredge that weighs like 1.5 pounds. And I'm going to be debuting it really soon. I tested it quite a bit and it works really well. But when this popped out, I was stoked. Hugo was stoked too because he found some chunkers that day. Nothing like this. This was the biggest one of the day. Let's see what it weighs. $1.388. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. Put it there. Okay. The next one up is my second favorite piece, of course. It's wax number 2, but I think this will blow a lot of people away. It's not huge. I've seen much bigger pieces, especially with my brothers and sisters down under. The nuggets that they find with their metal detectors are simply off the hook. But when you find a piece like this, you're stoked. That's a specimen piece right there. You see that nice little piece of quartz with a purple tint to it sitting right in the center. And I'm going to turn it over. Let's see what it looks like. There we go. That's a nice coarse piece. I was not far from the source when I found this one. And this came very close. It came from very close where I found the previous piece in our bedrock kind of mud hole, we'll call it, when I was testing out the dredge. Check that out. That's just beautiful. I was ecstatic. Anyway, let's see what it was. $2.097 grams. Nice. But I would never sell this piece for its weight. It's too pretty. It's a specimen piece. It's got a nice piece of quartz in the center. Let's look at it again. Look at that. A little closer. See that little dot right there in the center? Whoops. Get it back in focus. There we go. Okay. And now, the number one. The moment we've all been waiting for. And I waited to find a piece like this for a couple of years. I prospected for a long time before I found a piece like this. And again, I know there's much, much bigger pieces. But in terms of just beauty, look at that. And that's got quartz all in the center. That was my dog upstairs. She approves. Whoops, almost lost it. Look at that. Take it down a little farther. That might be a little better. Okay. Let's see if we can just spin it around. And that's really where it shines. Oh, sorry, pardon the pun. But you can just see that piece of quartz right in the center. I found this in the same area where I found the previous piece. $2.431. Nice. Okay. Now I guess we should see what it all adds up to. Let's get a little dish. Okay. Tear that out. I don't know if you saw that, but I almost lost it. Nice. 9.289 of just the chunkers. I probably have double that, believe it or not, in flood gold and smaller pieces for the year. But that was the best of 2020. Thank you for watching.